Hey everybody, The Real Deal here. As you can see, I've got Superman here, and that's because I'm going to be showing you the complete set of the Batman vs. Superman Funko Mystery Minis. I've got all of them, including all of the Gamestop exclusives and all of the Walmart exclusives. So we are going to take a look at these figures here. Overall, it's not a bad set. It's not my favorite set. I would say, as far as the superheroes go, the Batman Arkham series is a nicer set than this. I think the characters are better, and it's got a better variety. This set, it's alright, it's just, it has a ton of Batman and Superman variants, and it's missing some of the other characters I think they should have put in here. So, and I get the movie is called Batman vs. Superman, so of course you're going to have a lot of Batman and Superman variants in here. But let's take a look. That said, I like this Superman costume. I think this is really cool looking. I like the design of it. And all of these figures are 1 in 12. So even the exclusives, they're not too hard to track down. But we'll get to showing you those in a minute here. So that's Superman. And then in the main set, this is the only Superman figure in there. If you want a Superman variant, you're going to have to hunt him down at Walmart or GameStop. So it is what it is. But there he is. There is the Superman from this set. Now, I've seen Batman vs. Superman at this point. It was okay. I won't get too much into movie spoilers here. Obviously, this is the Batman figure, and this is just kind of the regular Batman. Before we get into the other different variants that are out there, just kind of the Batman in his classic black and gray suit. But yeah, the movie, I felt, it could have been worse, right? It wasn't like a Catwoman or a Steel type of like disaster, or Batman and Robin type of thing. But it could have been so much better. The performances were fine. I actually liked Ben Affleck as Batman. He was fine. Although he acts very un-Batman-like in terms of like using guns and killing people. Not really something I like from my Batman, so that was kind of annoying. And Wonder Woman's cool. She's barely in the movie. The whole movie is just kind of there. Everything just kind of happens. You don't connect emotionally to any of the characters. And when it's over, you're like, oh, okay, well, that happened. I watched it. It wasn't terrible, except Lex Luthor. He's awful. I'm sorry. Jesse Eisenberg's not a bad actor, but he's awful in it. I thought he was terrible. Just really bad. Not how I like my Lex Luthor at all. He just played it really manic and crazy and unhinged, and that's not at all who Lex Luthor is. I think the best representation of Lex Luthor is in the animated series. Really, the animated Lex Luthor is my favorite version of him. But anyway, this is another version of Batman here. So tell me what you thought in the comments. Maybe you loved it, or maybe you agree with me, or maybe you think it was awful and I'm being too nice to it. I don't know. Who knows? But let me know what you think. But anyway, as far as these figures go, the figures aren't bad. But we start our long line of Batman variants with this guy here. This is the Nightmare Batman from his weird nightmare sequence that he has, where he kind of sees Apocalypse. Or at least that's what it seems to be, with the parademons and the Omega symbol on the ground, which seems to be teasing Darkseid. I don't know. Who knows? But that's the weird Nightmare Batman costume there. So there you go. Then we've got another Batman variant. This one's actually pretty cool. This is the Armored Batman. I think this is one of my favorite... Well, this is one of my favorite figures in the set. It's kind of got the markings on his forehead there. He's got a cape for some reason still, even though he's in armor. But this is a cool looking figure. And of course the armor's up so he can go fight Superman. Otherwise Superman would just tear his head off. He wouldn't stand a chance. So there's good old Armored Batman there. Alright. And of course we've got Wonder Woman, who makes her debut in this movie. Here she is, just with her sword and her shield. And I thought she was pretty cool in the movie. I just wish she kind of did more. She just kind of shows up and fights the big bad guy at the end. But not really any sort of explanation as for who she is or why she's there. I guess we'll get that in her solo movie. But it was cool to see her on the big screen nonetheless. And this is a cool costume. So there we go. Good old Wonder Woman there. And then we also have a Wonder Woman variant. And this is also in the regular set. This isn't a retailer exclusive. Just kind of her in a more kind of action pose, I suppose. Looking a little angrier and tougher there. So just kind of a slight variant. She doesn't have a sword in her shield. So there you go. There's the Wonder Woman there. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Lex Luthor's plan makes no sense in the movie. Not to keep going off on a tangent about it. Like, the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. I don't know. I don't want to delve into spoilers too much, but I don't know. The movie could have been better. But we've got a cool Clark Kent figure here. And of course, that's Batman's alter ego. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, it's Superman. Don't freak out. Yeah, it's Superman. And we do have a Bruce Wayne figure, too. That is one thing that's neat about this set is they do have the little alter ego figures because Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne do play a big role in this movie out of costume. So you've got Clark Kent, we'll put over there. And we've got Bruce Wayne, of course, who is Batman, chilling in his trench coat there, looking pretty angry. Batman's just pretty angry for the whole movie. He's just not a happy guy. So, there you go. Alright. And we've got Diana Prince, who is Wonder Woman in her fancy dress with her fancy purse, doing fancy things at a fancy party. There she is. Diana Prince. Alright. So we've got 3 more figures to show you from the regular set, and then we'll get into the retailer exclusives. I'll show you those too. We've got Alfred, who I thought was good in the movie, played by Jeremy Irons. He was fine. And he's there kind of in his little apron workshop with some tools there. So we've got good old Alfred there. And let's see who's next on the list here. We've got a Superman soldier. So this, I believe this was from his dream sequence, right? It's got the little S on his shoulder there. I think, is that when Batman dreams of, like, when Superman comes after him with these soldiers or something like that? So, not the most exciting figure. I would have rather have seen one of the figures that isn't here, like Lex Luthor, perhaps, or maybe Doomsday. Would have been cool to get a Doomsday figure. But nope, instead we get Superman soldier. So, whatever. Alright. And Aquaman, who, again, this is a cool figure. Don't get me wrong, I like this figure. But seriously, Aquaman's in the movie for like a second. Maybe more like 5 seconds. Like, he's like barely in it. It's like a cameo in the strictest sense of the word. So, not sure why they have an Aquaman figure in here, but he really plays no part in the movie whatsoever. We also get a glimpse at Flash and Cyborg, and Flash plays a slightly bigger role than Aquaman does, and Flash is barely in the movie. So, why didn't we get a Flash figure instead of Aquaman? I don't know. But there you go. Instead of getting Flash or Lex Luthor or Cyborg, we get 2 different versions of Aquaman and like 6 different Batmans. You're going to see there's a ton of... We still have 3 more Batmans that I haven't showed you. And they're cool, but again, I love Batman. It was the same problem with the Arkham series. I like Batman a lot, but it would have been cool to get some other characters in his place. So here is the... Now we're into the Walmart exclusive figures. We've seen the 12 figures in the regular set here. So now I'm showing you the Walmart figures. And this is the Walmart exclusive Blue Aquaman. Blue, why? Because he's underwater, I guess? Is that the idea? That would seem to make sense. And of course, this is just the same as the other figure, just colored blue there. So you've got the Walmart exclusive Blue Aquaman. And even the retailer exclusives, they're all 1 in 12 as well. You just have to find a Walmart that's actually selling these things. or go on eBay. So that's the tricky part. The hardest part is actually finding a Walmart that has them. Oh, I'm gonna knock them all over. No, come on, I was doing so good. All right, well, listen, let's not spend all day standing these up here. You get the idea. So, okay. Nope, she doesn't want to stand anymore. All right, whatever. Okay, so moving on, we've got our next Walmart exclusive, and this is the Nightmare Batman, just fully covered with his mask, instead of the other one where you can see his eyes and his mouth open there. So this is actually cool looking. Why is he fully covered and he's got his goggles on? I don't know, he's having a nightmare, so that's how he looks in his nightmare. Who knows? I don't know, but that's what they've got there. So, altogether, it's a cool looking figure. But that's one more Batman variant. So we'll put that there, and we'll knock one over for good measure. Why not? Then we've got, this one's pretty cool. It's a glow-in-the-dark Superman. Does he glow in the movie? No. Does he turn green in the movie? No. He handles kryptonite, so maybe like that's why he's green. But it's a cool figure. It looks cool glowing in the dark. And it's just one more retailer exclusive that I guess Funko wanted to put in. But it does look pretty neat, I have to say. And while we're on the subject of Superman here, let's look at the other Walmart exclusive Superman. And this is the flying Superman, because if you put him down, you can't really see, but it looks like he's flying because his cape is lower than his legs there. So there you go. You've got Flying Superman. That's the Walmart exclusive there. So, sorry, I have to, I'm snapping here because my dog is where he shouldn't be and I'm trying to get his attention to get him down. So don't mind the snapping in the background here. There you go. Now we're into the GameStop exclusives. Sorry for the snapping interruption there. So this is the unmasked Batman, and this is pretty cool too. But again, another Batman variant. Neat, but where's my Lex Luthor figure, even though he sucked in the movie? Where's Doomsday? Where's Flash? Where's Cyborg? So, I'm just saying. But it is a cool figure nonetheless. There are 3 GameStop exclusives. This is one of them. So let me go ahead and show you the other 2. All right, and then we'll have the whole set. You've got yet another Batman variant. This is the gold armored Batman. Does he wear gold armor in the movie? No. Why do we have a gold Batman variant? I don't know. It's neat looking, I guess. But there you go. They said, oh, we need a variant. What are we going to do? Oh, just paint it gold. Sure, sounds good to me. Boom, you've got a gold Batman, armored Batman variant. So, I don't know. I don't usually go for these gold and silver variants that they do sometimes. I think it's silly. I'd rather see something from the movie. So, there you go. Gold Batman, armored Batman. And then the last one, one of the coolest figures in the set. I like this flying, red-eyed, angry Superman. This one I think is pretty neat. It's just the same flying Batman figure from Walmart, just with angry red eyes and a darker blue costume and everything, more of a metallic looking costume there. So, brighter reds and everything. So, there you go. So overall, not a bad set. Not my favorite set. I could have done without as many Batman variants and gotten some of those other characters that I mentioned. I can't imagine we'll get a series 2 of this. Usually for the sets that are based on movies, we get one set. I don't think there'll be a series 2. So, but if you like the movie and if you like these figures, go find them. Go pick them up. Like I said, GameStop and Walmart have them. You can find them at, I think, Barnes & Noble generally carries them, or your local comic book shop. And I hope you check out the description of this video for links to the other stuff that I'm up to on Facebook, Patreon, Twitter, eBay. I sell a lot of this stuff on eBay, so you should check me out there. And you should watch my other videos too. I've got hundreds of them on the channel, so check it out. I hope you like and subscribe and share. And thank you so much for watching. Keep on collecting.